UFOs in Antarctica. Declassified British UFO files reveal stunning details of UFO encounter. UFO hunters consider this as official, decisive, unquestionable proof that the UFO was sighted on the Deception Island on July 2, 1965, flying in strange, mysterious patterns across the sky. In July of 1965, 18 years after the infamous Roswell UFO crash, newspapers around the world announced using sensationalistic headlines that UFOs had been seen over Antarctica, specifically from the Orcadas Naval Detachment, Argentina, and from 3 other bases operating on Deception Island, one from Chile, another British and the third, Argentina. It was also said that those 3 countries had officially reported the event. However, up until now the British report remained a total mystery. After the UFO encounter had occurred, 4 official reports surfaced. 4 official reports were published, 2 from the FAC, Chilean Air Force, and 2 other released by the Argentine Navy. However, the United Kingdom remained silent. However, it seems that the event that occurred in July of 1965 was reported and catalogued by the British Antarctic Survey. Only recently have the documents become publicly available. Brazilian aeronautics officer Rodrigo Improviso was the man responsible for discovering the declassified files belonging to the U. The document is a report that speaks about the UFO sighting that occurred on Deception Island from a British point of view. On the declassified document, we can clearly see credentials on one side, and there are no erasures and no blacked out parts. The file bears the letterhead of the British Antarctic Survey, BARS. It is addressed to the Minister of Defence Rallington and is signed by the Director of the BARS, the famous Antarctic Expeditionary Sir Vivian Fuchs. It is dated October 22, 1965. On the 12th July this year the British Antarctic Survey base on Deception Island, 62 degrees 592 s, long, 60 degrees 342 w, reported the following, which I quote as requested. Argentine base, on Deception Island observed a moving colored light on June 7th, 20th, and July 3rd. Chilean base, also on Deception made similar observations on the latter 2 dates. Flickering red-green-yellow light observed from British base 2300 Z2 July die north. It had moved in 2 waves quickly from the west, then reversed along the course for a short distance before returning again to the north, where it remained stationary for about 20 minutes. I should comment that our people in the Antarctic did not consider the important event enough to comment until asked. I requested information because of pressure from the BBC, NBC and the press, who were acting on a news report put out from Argentina. V.E. Fuchs. The entire chain of events is believed to have started when on June 7, 1965, meteorologist Jorge Stanage from the Argentinian base observed a bright yellow stationary object at a distance of 2,000 meters in the sky, which disappeared after remaining there stationary a few moments. According to Stanage, the enigmatic object has a diameter of roughly 50 meters. Stanage witnessed the same object the following day. On June 18, another mass sighting occurred above the Chilean base, also on Deception Island. A massive zigzagging light which changed colors from yellow to green and red was visible for approximately 15 minutes. On July 3, 9 members of the same base observed for 20 minutes maneuvers of what they called a luminous, lenticular-shaped mass which occasionally changed color, and moved across the sky at high speed. 2 minutes later the same object was seen by 17 people above the Argentinian base on the same island in a time frame of roughly 1 hour.